this is a much anticipated video. I'm sorry that it took me forever to get it out, but this is a look at my wedding makeup. The weeks coming up to my wedding, I was definitely trying to figure out what I wanted to do, trying different things out, but I kind of knew deep down that I was not gonna know what I was gonna do until it was the morning of. Just because that's how I work. I very rarely am like planned with my makeup stuff, and so I really wasn't surprised that the morning of it was like, I'll figure it out. I know the gist of the products that I used, but I mean, I didn't write down exactly what I used, and it was a month and a half ago. I do know the gist of it, so I'm going to share that with you. I knew a couple of products I 100% wanted to use, one of which was a lit glitter, another was a duochrome stack, but I really loved how my makeup turned out because it was smoky and it had glitter and it wasn't totally toned down. It was very me, which I think was important because it was my wedding. You know what I mean? I needed to have some element. It couldn't just be like boring. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. I hope that it was helpful, and yeah, enjoy. So I already applied my foundation. If you are interested in my foundation routine that's going on right now, my last video is a foundation routine video. So now we're gonna start on the eyes. The first thing I'm gonna do is apply my eyeshadow primer. So I'm using Urban Decay Primer Potion. This is in Enigma. And then I'm going to use my NYX Jumbo eyeshadow pencil. This is in Milk. The main palette I used for my wedding makeup is from Viseart. It is the basic Neutral Mattes palette. I love this palette so much. And so the first shade I'm going to use, I'm gonna get myself a blending brush, and I'm going to use this shade right here. This shade is kind of going to be my transitioning color, so I'm going to load it up on my brush and apply it right in the crease. So I'm just going to look down, find where natural crease is, and that's where it's gonna go, and just windshield wiper that all up in there. Now I'm going to take the shade right next to it, which is just a tiny bit darker, and apply it over top, but kind of be a little bit less liberal with it. So I'm going to try and, you know, not be as crazy with it, keep it more in the outer corners, not really bring it in as far as I did before. The next shade I'm going to use is right over here. It's a matte chocolate brown, and this is kind of going to go into the crease and a little bit in the outer corners. All through this I'm using the same brush. So this is going in the outer corner. I keep tapping away the extra to make sure that I don't get a mess on my face. And the darker the colors get, the lighter I am with my brush. I'm not pressing down as much, and I'm being a little bit more careful just to make sure that everything stays soft and doesn't get out of hand. Gives me more control. I'm going to take the same color and I'm going to pack it onto the lid. Just the outer lid. For the inner lid, I'm going to use another Viseart palette. This is in the Bridal Satin. I also love these. These two are my favorite. I don't have all the Viseart palettes. I will someday. I love all of them so much. I'm gonna get just a regular eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use this bright, beautiful, kind of a champagne shade. Both of these palettes are just so great to have because the mattes are amazing and the satins are amazing, and they're separate. So both of them are just fantastic. But this shade is going in the inner part of the lid. And once I've applied it, I'm going to take a clean blending brush, blend out the edges so that everything is nice and no harsh lines. I want the crease to be a little bit darker, so I'm going to go back to my Neutral Mattes palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here. It's a much darker shade, and it's going right in the crease. I'm I'm going to take this shade that we used before, that milk chocolatey kind of shade. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to take a brown eyeliner first off. So this one is by Pixie by Petra, and it is the Endless Silky Eyeliner Pen in Black Cocoa. Just apply this to, ooh, this is really creamy. Lower lash line. And generally I'll use my finger to kind of blend it out, but I do want this to look a little bit more precise. So I'm gonna take a smaller brush. This is a Royal Silk brush, and I'm just going to blend this out really softly. I'm actually gonna use my fingers, I lied. But the whole reason I'm applying this here is just so that there's consistency, because sometimes when you apply shadow to the lower lash line, it doesn't show up, or it doesn't, at least for me, it doesn't look as nice. So I just want that there. But while I have this in my hand, because it's so smooth, it's also gonna go on the waterline. I'm gonna take the same brush I had and that milk chocolatey shade that I had mentioned before. I'm going to put that right on top of that eyeliner. This is going to set it in place and kind of just soften it a little bit. I'm going to take the lightest shade in this Neutral Mattes palette, which is this kind of off-white shade right here. And I'm applying this right under the brows. I want this to be a little bit darker, so I'm gonna go back with that darker brown shade. Just apply a little bit more. Now the one thing I was 100% sure of, because I didn't know how I was gonna do my makeup on my wedding day, I had no idea. The one thing though I was sure of is that I wanted a glitter, and a specific glitter. That's the only thing I knew, and it was from Lit Cosmetics, and it's called Champagne Wishes. This is by far my favorite glitter that I own. Absolutely the most gorgeous shade. It doesn't look over the top. It's just the most perfect glitter color. So I'm going to apply this to the inner part. It's just gonna go right over top of the buttery kind of light pale gold shade that I applied already. Actually, I'm gonna fix this because it looks like some of it got a little washed away. So I'm gonna take my Lit glitter base, and I'm going to just saturate the brush that I have. I need to get some more Lit glitter base. It's my favorite one. And then I just pick up the glitter and then apply it. When I'm not doing a full lid of glitter like this, I kind of just like to taper off the end so it doesn't look like a straight line. So I just sort of pat the brush, whatever's on there, just to kind of make it fade away. After I've applied the glitter, I'm just gonna go in a little bit more with this shade. I am sort of, you know, this is what I did on my wedding day too, because I didn't want to automatically go dark. I kind of just wanted to, little by little, just to make sure that it didn't go overboard. So I'm just taking a brush and kind of applying it around the lash line and then bringing it up to the crease. Next thing I'm going to do is to take my liquid eyeliner. This is Urban Decay Perversion. I'm not going to apply a lot. It's not something I want to necessarily see. It's more so that when I apply my false lashes, they're gonna look more seamless instead of, you know, possibly seeing glitter underneath them. And then I'm gonna wing it out just because I feel like that makes it look more complete, but whatever. Perfect. Little baby wing. Last step for the eyes before the lashes. The other thing I could not do on my wedding, or I could not have on my wedding day, is the Naked Cosmetics Ivory collection. This is like my love, and I need to have something from it in my look. So I'm going to take the gold duochrome, and I want this to pop, so I'm going to just take my NYX pencil, apply just a little bit in the inner corners, take a pencil brush, and pop this right on top. It makes the world of a difference and I love it. So now I'm going to apply my mascara. Too Faced Better Than Sex. The lashes I'm going to use are from Velour Lashes. They are the Naughty Me lashes, and they are really nice because they're full but not like overwhelming. The glue that I'm using is from Duo, and it's the brush on adhesive. This is actually my favorite ever just because it's the easiest way to apply lash glue, and because it has that, you know, wand essentially. And it's this kind of, it has like this blue duochrome to it, and it is instant, so you don't have to wait for it to dry or get tacky or anything like that. On my wedding day, I actually made my brother run to Walgreens to pick up this particular glue because I refuse to use anything else. So that's why I like it, just because you don't have to wait for it to dry. And I am impatient. Eyes are done, let's move on to cheeks. Benefit Hoola Bronzer is what I'm going to use first because I like to start off with contouring because I do, no real reason. So I'm taking, this is my Inglot 4SS brush. I love this brush so much. Starting at right where my ear is. I'm going to take my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Ethereal Light. This is going down the bridge of my nose, chin, above my lip, inner part of my eyes, and on my forehead. For my blush, I'm going to be using the Tartelette Celebrated Blush. I love this color. And then for my highlight, used Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics. And I know I packed this shit on, like, holy crap, packed it on. I'm gonna use, this is the Sigma Soft Blend Concealer Brush. For my lips, if I'm being honest with you, I really don't remember what I used. I don't think that I used a lipstick because my thought on it was like, I just kind of want it to look a little bit glossy. So I think I used Urban Decay Nooner, which is like just gloss. It's like no color at all. If you wanted something that was gonna actually last, I would definitely recommend using a matte lip product, liquid lipstick, because that's going to last. I don't particularly like wearing them. I don't like the way that they feel, and I want it to be comfortable. So what I'm going to use today is a blend of these NYX Liquid Suede lipsticks. The first one I'm going to use is Sandstorm, which is a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. And then I'm going to top it off with Tea and Cookies because this looked like it was gonna be too pink. And it is. I'm just gonna top this off with a gloss. This is by Mana Kadar, and it is called Lucky. Last step that I almost forgot to mention is using a setting spray. The L'Oreal setting spray or the Skindinavia one. Urban Decay has one that's by Skindinavia. They're all amazing, and so just spray that on your face right when you're done with your makeup, and then it's going to last a lot longer, which is really important for your wedding day. So there you go. That is a look at kind of my wedding makeup. Like I said, I made it up on the spot and was dumb and didn't write down what exactly I used, but I know kind of the gist of what I used. I hope this was helpful to you guys, and I'll talk to you soon.